Okay, so today I just want to talk about workspaces and how to know in which workspace you are. So it's just a short video. So as you know, I don't install any taskbars like Waybar or Hyperpanel. I like a nice clean look. So this is a virtual machine, but on my main machine with the same setup, it looks like this exactly. It's just the wallpaper and my windows and my apps. I don't want any waybar or taskbar like in Windows. Yeah, it makes me it reminds me of Windows, and I want to get away from that whole scene. Anyway, but the problem is because I don't have any app or thing that shows me in what workspace I'm in. It's a bit of a problem. It was the same with my time. So I couldn't see my time. I just want to look and see what the time is. I don't want to press buttons or install apps to show the time. Well, I did install an app to show this time, but it's just there. It's just always there, and I like it. It just sits there, and I don't have to worry about it. Same with workspaces. I just want something small that can show me in what workspace I'm in. So obviously to switch between workspaces, you press super and then any of the number keys. Depends on how many workspaces you want or use. I think it's infinite, I'm not sure. Or does it only go to 9? But anyway, as you can see, this is obviously workspace 1, but say I didn't know it was 1. How would I know? If I don't have anything that can show me. So I wanted to use just something simple like notifications. Now notifications, I think it comes with default on Arch. Notifications sent, but not Dunst though. So I'm using Dunst to actually have a box pop out and show me notifications and all of that. So yeah, let's just quickly go to my notes. So I've installed Dunst. So basically Dunst is just J-S Dunst. It's a notifier, and but it's got way more features than just normal notify send. So that's why I installed Dunst, because you can actually configure it and make it look nice. Right, and then as soon as you install it, it will create a dunstrc file, configuration file in etc dunst. Now, if you want to modify it, you just have to copy it to your .config, create a Dunst folder, and then dunstrc. Why is there an N? Just dunstrc. So it will copy the original one when it installed all that settings into dunstrc, and it's a bunch of settings. So that's all you have to do really. Right, so let me just show you what it does. So I'm in workspace 1, I think. So if I press super and 1, boom, it will display there 1. This is just a notification box. Usually they pop out by default on the right, and you can set it to remind you of anything really. I had it once where it showed me the time if I press super and T, and it popped out and it showed me the time and the date. But I didn't want to press something to see the time. I just want to look down and see the time, especially if I have a bunch of windows open. You know, so I have stuff open. I can still see the time there in the corner. That's all I wanted, nothing more. So if I go to super and 2 to my second workspace, it will show it 2, and then 3, 4. So let's just open stuff at each one. And 3, let's open Bravia, Grok. What was I searching for? Oh, I was just asking questions about Dunst actually. So if I press 1 now, 1 is this, 2, 3, 4. Very goddamn cool. So it's something very simple and it just works. And as you can see, it uses my let me just close all this crap. Is it all closed? Yeah. So it uses my Matigen colors. So it uses the colors of my wallpaper in Dunst. So with that green background and the lettering is on surface, so it will take the darker colors. The background is primary, so it will take the lighter colors. So yeah, let's just quickly look at how to do this. So obviously after you installed it and created that folder and copied the Dunst, original Dunst RC to your config, you can actually then open it, go to .config, and then the Dunst folder, and there's your Dunst RC. Now mine is very basic. If you're gonna copy it from Etsy, the original one is gonna be full of settings, but I just wanted these to make it look. So this file actually makes it look like this. The size, transparency. Let's see the transparency. Where's the transparency? Yeah. I know the transparency doesn't work anymore. So how did I make it transparent now? Well, whatever. Yeah, so let's just look at the file quickly. So origin, I want a top center where it is now. Offset, that will actually push it closer. That will actually push it closer to the top of your screen. So 0 and 1. I want it flush against the edge of my screen. 1 just to put it a little bit further, as you can see. Yeah, like that. Right, and then obviously width and height, how big you want that box. I use JetBrains for the font, but I mean default font's fine. Just gotta put a number in there. Corner radius, that actually makes it round. You can have it completely squared. Obviously padding inside the box. Frame width, you can have a thick frame around it and make it a different color if you want. So mine is, as you can see, is slightly black. So you can play around with it. That's for the text. You align it center, and progress bar false because it might put a progress bar in there so you can scroll. You don't want that. Not for something simple like this. Right, so let's just exit this. Right, so in order for it to work with Matigen, so I'm just gonna quickly go over this. You might not be interested in Matigen stuff, but you have to create a dunstrc.d file. So this is as I understand it, this is a drop-in file. And then in your Matigen, let's just open another Yazzie. Let's go to let's go to Matigen quickly. Obviously, if you want to use Matigen colors in any application, you have to create a template file in Matigen. So this one is Dunst. Where is it now? There's the dunst.conf file. You create this file with just normal settings. So this will be in your dunstrc file anyway. Like global, urgency, low urgency, normal, and urgency critical, because it's a messaging system. This is what it actually does. So this is again the Matigen container. This actually gets the color from your wallpaper and puts it in that variable name. So there's the frame color. I think the normal one is urgency normal, so it's going to use this one. So background, foreground, frame color, that's it. Puts it in there. And then you can obviously use it in this one. Let's just open it. Yeah, there's the actual colors now. Frame color is that blackish color, and then this one's background is that green color, Let's just see background. Background, yeah, primary. So like I said, yeah, the color that stands out is the primary color, and it is that green color. On primary is usually text, and primary frame color, primary container. Anyway, that is the colors, and it puts it in there. And now you can just use it. It will now read that file. So what a drop-in file does is it first reads your main dunstrc file. So it reads this one, it builds your notification box, whatever. And then if there's any colors in here, it will actually be overwritten by this one, because this is the colors that you want from Matigen. Because it will first read your main file, then it will go to this folder and drop in whatever settings you got in here, drop it in, and it will overwrite the main file. But just settings, that's obviously not the same. So as you see, my main file doesn't have any color settings, so it won't touch anything else, because there's only colors in this one. So it will just drop in the colors. That's what's make it so good. And it's all to do with this .d folder. We call it .d folder. So it's something in Linux. I haven't read up on it, but it's called a drop-in folder. Whatever you put in there, you can just drop in stuff, however that works. Right, and then it changes your colors to whatever your wallpaper is. Now, let's just go to Matigen quickly, because there is something you have to do in the toml file. So config.toml, you have to obviously put your Dunst entry in here as well. So here at the bottom, templates Dunst, input and output. So input is your config Matigen template, as we can see here, the dunstrc. Right, and then the output is output it to the cache folder. The cache folder is just a temporary folder. So if anything happens to your system, it breaks down or whatever, it wouldn't touch your main configuration file. It won't corrupt it. So from the cache folder, it will be then written to your main Dunst folder. So as you can see here, it copies. So then you have a post hook here. It copies the cache file, this one now, to your config dunstrc, that 99 Matigen, and so on. And then just a little kill Dunst. So you have to kill Dunst and restart it to actually pick up the new colors. Yeah, kill it, and then it starts here at the bottom. So yeah, it's just a little thing. I don't know if there's a better way to do this, but this works like a charm. So it's all the colors. So let's actually test it. So let's just recap it quickly. So all you have to do is install Dunst, create the Dunst folder in .config, and create the Dunst file, but you create it by copying the original dunstrc file from Etsy to your config dunstrc. But first create the dunstrc file, obviously, with nano or touch, and then copy all that stuff in there. Then you're done. Then you just have to do the Matigen stuff. Right, let's just quickly see if it actually still works. What should we change it to? Change it to this as a completely opposite color than that. Yeah, it's blue. Oh my god, I don't know why this is so good. Hyprland is just the best thing ever. It is my girlfriend. I would dump any human girlfriend for Hyprland. Oh yes. Or maybe I can put Hyprland inside an Android. That will be great, don't you think? But anyway, let's stop dreaming. Let's try that one. and it's quite instant. I like when the time changes. I'm using Conky as my overlay. It's a Conky app, and you know, the color just changes for everything. It is so fucking amazing. It's crazy, crazy. Look at all the colors changing. Let me just open, yeah, green. This one usually takes a time. Sooner takes a time to actually convert the theme. Yeah, so that is basically how you know in which workspace you are. With just something simple, without installing crazy stuff, because you need a notifier anyway. And you might even have Dunst already installed. So you can just configure it to do this. Yes, so like and subscribe if you like this, and yeah, check my other videos here on the sides. So I'll see you later. Good.